Oh my God! I can't believe it. It's funny seeing you here. What's going on? You know, it's been so long. You know, I was wondering, like, what's up? You know, God, I missed you. I hope you're doing good. You know, it's been a little bit. It's been a hot minute. It's been a month. You know, no biggie. But how's it going? Hello everybody and welcome to the second episode of Lost in Sound. I hope you'll notice something's a little bit different. Maybe it looks a little bit clearer. So we just picked up a new camera. We're shooting on the Sony A6100. The hell? Anyways, we're shooting on the Sony Alpha 6100. It's a fantastic camera so far, from what I've seen. I was going to use a wireless microphone, but for some reason it just didn't sound so great. So we're using the built-in microphone, and I think it sounds pretty good. I did a couple tests, and we can always do a little post-production on it, but it sounds pretty good. Anyways, let's get right into it. So we're going to do three things like we usually do. First thing, we're going to go over the Ashun Sound Machine's hydrasynth. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about video game console startup sounds, so PS1, GameCube, things like that. We're gonna kind of go through the eras of all the startup sounds, because things have changed in the past couple years, and I kind of want to go over it. Things have gotten a little stale. And the third thing, well, I guess you're just gonna have to stick around and find out. All right, guys, let's get into it. First thing. Alright, so the first thing, like I said, we're going to talk about this machine right here. What is this? What is this sexy piece of... Listen to this. Oh my God. It's beautiful. This sexy piece of metal is made by Ashun Sound Machine. So originally, these people, they only made, I think it was key beds and keyboards. They did manufacturing, so they manufactured a lot of your favorite synthesizers, but they didn't make any of their own until just recently, and then they came out with this guy. Now this guy's a little bit special. I don't know if you can tell just by looking at it, but it's pretty intuitive. So right off the bat, we can take a look at it. All these shiny buttons right here. So this is your navigation. It's called module select, but basically it's just your synthesis workflow. You got your oscillators. You got 2 mutants per the first 2 oscillators, which are insane. They add things like wave stacking and things like that. Really interesting. I definitely recommend taking a look into that if you're interested. Then you have your on the third one, you got ring mod noise. You have a mixer right after that. Then you got your filters, which you have 2 of. You have your envelope and LFO for it. Envelope and LFO for amplitude, and then you have 3 extra envelopes, 3 extra LFOs, and if you didn't have enough LFOs, you can turn your envelopes into LFOs. And I think it's vice versa as well. I think you can do one-shot LFOs, which technically means that they're envelopes. So if you run out of one or the other, you can just make new ones. Then you have your pre-effects, delay, reverb, and post-effects. Your pre- and post-effects are things like chorus, distortion, things like that. Your filter comes with a shit ton of different filter styles. Whatever you want, honestly. The first one will go through a ton of like your standard filters, as well as like a mouthy movie one. Here, I'll put an example right here. Then you have your cutoff resonance, and then it always has a drive. There's drive associated with the first filter, and then for the second filter, this is a morph. So it'll morph between a low pass, band pass, and high pass. So you can kind of just carve out your sound a little bit better. Then you have your arpeggiator here. You got some stuff, blah, blah, blah. That's all great and good. That's all fine. But what the hell does it sound like? It sounds like gold. It sounds like movie magic. This thing is incredible. Specifically for one thing. Have you guys ever heard of wave scanning? What the hell is that? I thought that, okay, let me say it like this. When I bought this, I thought that it was a wavetable synthesizer, which I guess technically it is. It's a kind of, but it's technically not in the same sense. So what you do is you'll choose a waveform, and then you can do something called wave scanning. So basically, you'll choose one waveform, then you'll choose another, then another, then another, then another, then another, then another, blah, 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 blah. And then it will interpolate or phase through all of the steps in between each one. So you get this nice smooth transition, giving it basically that wavetable feeling, that's basically wavetable synthesis. They just phases through 2 different waves. So, but this one will phase through 8 different waves of any kind, whatever you want. I think there's over 250, there's way more than that, I feel like. There's probably like 500 or something like that. There's a shit ton of waves in this thing. So you can get so many different sounds, and I'll put an example of that right here. See what I mean? And you don't even need a keyboard. This thing right here, this is a touch sensitive little pad keyboard here, right? And this thing's pretty awesome because not only is it velocity sensitive, and not only can you set up your scales in all different modes and blah blah blah, but it's also got polyphonic aftertouch. Polyphonic aftertouch built right in. This thing is roughly $799 to, I think the cheapest I saw was $599, but I think the shipping was outrageous or something like that. So you're gonna usually see it for roughly $800 to $700, around that area, if I'm correct. It might have gone down in price, but well worth the investment. And this time, I know I did my research before I did this episode, but well worth the investment. The sounds are insane. If you want some really glassy, really synthetic tones, this is the way to go. So recently, and this will be going into part 2, but recently I did a like an old console startup sound challenge with myself, where I created a PS1 styled startup sound, and this thing was great for it. It sounded so good. And not only can it do these really synthetic glassy tones, but it actually sounds really good when you're trying to recreate some of those analog sounds as well. So all around, it's just a good synth. It sounds good. It looks fucking sick. And you can't tell, but these glow real nice. I'll put some B-roll, but it is so beautiful. If this was a person, I'd take this person on a date. You know, I'd be like, hey, you know, you got everything. This person might actually, they would probably reject me. They'd be like, you're not cool enough for me, you know? They'd be like, what are you wearing right now? Go get changed kind of person. I don't know, maybe. Next thing. We're going to the next thing.
We'll be right back.
Hydrasynth Corporation.
That little mark with the A and then the ring around it.
At?
See, that's what I said. Kay said she thought it was a vowel.
Yeah. Oh.
But I'd never heard it. I'd never heard it said. I'd always seen the mark, but never heard it said. And then it sounded stupid when I said it. Violence at NBC.
Just what is this main artery of the information superhighway?
And we are back.
Hydrasynth Corporation.
So this doesn't come as much surprise, but like times change, you know, like things are different. Things change a lot, you know? And one of the big things that has changed over time is actually the startup sounds for consoles, like if you think about it, way back in the day, when think back to your first console, right? When you turn it on, you can remember distinctly what the sound was, can't you? Game Boy Color was that, you know, there was that. You had your PlayStation 1, which is, okay, let me just say, so the first console that I was ever introduced to was the PS1, which, it had games like Medal of Honor, Wild 9. There was so many weird games on the PlayStation 1, but basically it was always like a cinematic experience. When you turned on that console, you were greeted with this beautiful orchestral synth sound, where it was just like this deep guttural kind of sound. If you had a good sound system, it sounded great. And then it had that chime kind of sound at the very end as well, and that told you it's fucking game time. You would be like, nowadays, you come home, you turn on your PlayStation. I had the PlayStation 4 last. I don't know what the PlayStation 5 sounds like, but turn on PS4, it goes, and then you come in with the, what the fuck is that? That doesn't tell me it's game time. That doesn't tell me we're about to get into some shit. Now that tells me, hey, I don't know if you want to play a game, maybe we could. I heard Horizon is pretty good. I mean, we could watch Netflix or something too, I guess. I don't know. It's up to you. It's whatever. What the fuck is that? What the hell is that? Okay, so let's think back. So GameCube was another one. GameCube had a great intro where it was like the that told you it's exciting. It gets you ready to play some video games. It doesn't go, you can maybe play some games. No, it goes, we're playing some fucking video games. Get pumped. That's right. This is a fucking jam. Boom. And then even with the GameCube one, it was really nice. You could get different versions, like the monkey one. You know, like it's why did they change? Why did they change so much? Even the PS2 one wasn't too bad. It wasn't as good, but it was starting to fade into this like softer, like kind of like territory where it's just like gentle. You can play a game, but at least it still went to, you know, it did the zoom, and it showed the PlayStation thing when you started the game. But like, I don't know. All these early systems had great sounds, and then we started just losing that, and I don't know what happened. Like now when you turn on your console, you're basically greeted with like it's really pretty stuff, but I want to be odd, like with I always go back to the PS1 one, because the PS1 is iconic for its startup sound. It sets off little fireworks in your brain, you know, like when you hear that sound, you can't mistake it for anything else. Needless to say, I'm disappointed, game companies. Get on it. And you know what? This is a challenge. This is a challenge to all the producers out there. I want to hear your best take at a new startup sound for video game consoles. I want to hear it. We're going away from consoles, let's be honest. A lot of people are going to PC gaming. It's just the way it's gonna go, right? Whatever. But I wanna hear some really cool startup sound ideas. I bet people can come up with some really cool, like 10-second little intro sequences. Let's hear what you got. That's a challenge. I'm throwing down the fucking gauntlet. If you don't, and by the way, if you don't do it this time, I'm coming after you. I know where all the producers are. I'm coming after your ass. Thank you guys for sitting through that video. I hope you had a great time. Oh, that's right. You guys are here for part 3. Unfortunately, I actually don't have anything planned for part 3. Really? Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, unfortunately, I don't actually have anything prepared for part 3. You know, I was thinking about doing something like I don't know, I was gonna eat some McDonald's or something, but you know, I'll have to figure something out because I had no time. You know, things have been really busy. Work has been really keeping me super busy, but you know, we'll come up with something cool for. What do you eat? Anyways. But yeah, so yeah, we're definitely we'll find something to Is that my fucking cheeseburger? Oh yeah, that's right. That guy's not real. He's fake. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a fantastic time with me for part 2 or episode 2, whatever the hell you want to call it. The thing with the stuff, it's very late. It's dark outside. This filming has taken me way longer than I wanted it to, but honestly, I had so much fun doing this episode, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, be sure to like, comment down below, subscribe, all that fun jazz. Before we go, I do want to touch on a few things. First thing is, we're going to have some merch coming out soon. Here's a little sample right here. Wow, that's just the design. It's not on anything, but look at it. Wow, cool. I also am going to be doing more videos in the future. I have my own space now, so I'm going to be doing a lot more videos. And then on top of that, what the hell? We're going to talk about the sample pack. So this past sample pack that were released, no one submitted anything, so no one wins nothing. No one gets anything. That's it. No one's going to be at the end of the video because no one submitted anything. But this sample pack is not going to be coming out today, unfortunately, just because I have some last minute things I need to adjust and I need to add. It's going to be coming out 1 week from today. So be sure to keep your eyes peeled. I'll post a notification somewhere on social media, so keep your eyes peeled. But other than that, I hope you had a great time, and I will see y'all in the next video. Thank you so much. I love you all. Goodbye. Bye-bye.